Hello everyone, and welcome back to Allthemod 7. In the last episode, we've pretty much finished the star. I know I've been saying that for quite a few times now, but genuinely, we are missing a single item. A single item. Now, we need a lot of that single item. You know what, we don't need a lot, but we do need some of that single item. We have everything required, if I go in here and search for the star, to craft the ATM star, except for three. You heard it right. 3 pieces of antimatter. So, here's the deal. We need antimatter. Now. In the last episode, we did something pretty cool, which I can actually show off right now, and that is, we can order these Patrick stars. These Patrick stars. We click order, the stuff goes in, and it puts it together. It's pretty cool. It looks very satisfying when it goes together. We can speed this up, like literally just by going behind here and scrolling up on these digits on the back, on these electric motors. But I kind of like it being slow. We don't need we don't need them to be that fast. We're gonna be making like 1 star a week at this rate, especially with the antimatter production. And it's kind of nice to just see it happen slowly. Now, we don't have something that automatically picks up the item, but once again, at the moment, that's not a concern. We're not making stuff when we're not here at the moment. Okay, so what's the deal? A few things. First thing is, in regards to the uranium, which we don't need anymore, but we did at one point. Oh yeah, it's not happy because I didn't put it back in the system. But it crafted it. We saw it craft it. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, in terms of the uranium, we obviously, we ended up getting it from the seeds, and we have enough uranium. But one thing in the last episode that I didn't realize was that chunk destroyer we were trying out. We were seeing if this guy was worth using. I completely forgot, and I'm pretty sure, I suppose I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure you can actually enchant these guys. And you can put some really good enchants on it. Now, at the moment, this shows that, well, it shows nothing in here as if I can't enchant it. But I'm pretty sure if you look here... Oh, you know what? I swear you could enchant them. Am I crazy? I don't... Listen. I don't think I'm crazy. But I suppose I could be. I don't like what's happening here. I feel like I'm gaslighting myself. Because I swear this was a technology that existed. Let's grab an Efficiency 2 book. Get the anvil. Huh. Is it upper? Huh. I'm speechless. I swear, they must have gotten rid of it. They must have, unless it's the quarry that can be enchanted. But no, this just says the reactive enchant. Oh my god. What is this? Am I placer? I feel like I'm losing my mind. Chunk destroyer. Oh, there's enchantment movers. Does this move enchantments onto the quarries? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what we need. Hold on. Hold the phone. Enchantment mover, we can allegedly order, which makes me think that we've got one somewhere. Oh, is this it here? Yeah, we have an enchantment mover here. So if I put in up, down, up. I don't know. I'm so confused. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. What if... Yeah, I think this is what you do. Okay, yeah. Hold on. I'm pretty confident that this is a thing that exists. I just need to prove it. Okay, so the Vengeance pickaxe has fortune on it, obviously. We can put it on this Paxel, right? We can just put some what's this gonna offer us? What have you got? Silk Touch, Nature's Mend. Sure, what else do you have? Literally nothing worthwhile. Awesome, you love to see it. Okay, bear with me. Where's our... Do we not even have a grindstone here? Oh no, I guess we were extracting them with this thing. Okay, give me a few seconds. Okay, we put Efficiency 2 on the pickaxe, or the Paxel, sorry. And I believe you chuck it in there, you chuck the other thing here, and look, you've selected Efficiency, and then you click up, and it's meant to... Or you click it, yeah. Look. I'm a genius. I'm just simply a genius. As you can see, it works, okay? It's a thing. When you look in the book, obviously we looked in the book, it doesn't show that you can do this. So, as you can see, awesome. Make sure that you're aware that this exists because I believe it works as well and it does crazy stuff. It produces very, very, very nicely. So, if you have a bunch of enchants, I believe, from memory, I could be wrong, I'm pretty sure Fortune works, I'm pretty sure Efficiency works. I believe, once again from memory, you could put Unbreaking on this. The only thing is, I'm not sure if it... Well, I'm not sure what it did. I'm not sure if it somehow made it use less power, maybe. or something like that. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm really happy that that's a thing that exists, because I thought I lied to myself and everybody in that last video. Okay, we can actually get to work now. So we need antimatter. We're currently making it. You know, it's working. It's doing its thing, but we need more. We need an awful lot more. Not necessarily more, just faster of what we've currently got, right? Because this guy here, I mean, he's doing his thing, but he's very slow. Currently, the nuclear waste we are making from wasted honeycombs when we have enough. At the moment, we have enough, so it's good. We can use that, and I'll be honest, there's not much more I feel I can do except for just having these guys set up as they are. In terms of having more of them start up, I don't know if that's a thing I can do. You know what I mean? Like, how do I speed up the actual insertion there? The only thing I can think of would be changing the actual recipe here to put more than one thing in at once. And I'll be honest, that's not a bad idea. So I might actually do that. I'm going to grab out all of these. I know. It's going to be a little bit painful, but we are at that point in the series where when we do these changes, most of them are going to be these sorts of painful things. Now, someone also had a really good suggestion in the comments, and that is to better organize our area over here. Not necessarily by moving things around, but by keeping a track of what does what. Because at the moment, if I want to know what these machines do, I sort of have to open them and check the patterns, which, I mean, that's fine, but it's also kind of nice to fully understand what I'm dealing with. So, for example, it'd be really good to have like I think they call it like a flow chart, right? So we know that, like, okay, the honeycombs start off, that's the first thing. Maybe we light that up as like a color coding, like we have green for the honeycombs, and then we have like the next stage be like yellow, and maybe the yellow stage is like, I don't know, the processing of the heavy water and the, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Maybe you know what I mean, maybe you don't. Regardless though, what are we doing here? Now, the easy solution here, I think, is just to clear pretty much all these recipes so that they stack. Arguably, we should just get new recipes. That would probably, or new patterns, or whatever they're called. But this should work too. I'll show you what we're going to do. So we can grab all those. We can obviously stack them up and place them in there. We can place our other recipe here. And I'm going to increase these by 10. So we're going to be putting 10 in, and we're going to be getting 10 out. We can update that recipe. And then as you can see, doing the rest of these are a lot easier than whatever the alternative was about to be. Then what we can do is chuck these in here. And what we should see, if it was going to actually use them, is 10 go in at once. So we'll obviously fill these guys up. Now you might be wondering, why not do a stack at once? I don't have an excuse. Why shouldn't I do a stack at once? It makes perfect sense. And yet here we are, not doing a stack at once. I've got nothing for you. What I will say though is, when we're not using the honeycombs, which we don't always have the honeycombs, what are we using? We're instead generating fissile fuel, which uses uranium hexafluoride, which, as you can see, it's kind of working. I think this is the same issue though, where we've only got one bucket going in at once, and we're too quick for it. So I'll tell you what, we'll take both of these guys out. I think we've got one over here as well. Yep, we'll bring that guy with. Yep, we'll bring that guy too. Let's go fix these recipes. I mean, I'll tell you what. How much does this store? It doesn't actually tell me how much it stores, so I'm a little bit scared as to how much I'm going to put in this guy. But we might just do... Oh, God. You know what? Let me do this properly. Boom, boom. We might just do 10. Listen, 10's a good number. It's good at what it does. Put 10 buckets in, get 10 buckets out, and do that for all of these. And I'm pretty sure it's a 1-to-1 ratio. Hopefully, I guess we'll find out sooner or later. There we go. That can go in there. That can go in there. I also think we may have broken our recipe because we keep taking things in and out. So we'll go ahead and we'll cancel it. And I think it will automatically order another one. Maybe. Yep, here we go. It's ordered another one. It's going to be using the wasted honeycombs again. But this time around, look at how many it's mowing through. It should be... Yeah, these guys should all have some in him, as opposed to some not having enough. And which means we're actually getting like full performance out of these. The issue with the oxidizers is you can't put tier upgrades on them. We can grab out one just to show it off. I really wish you could, obviously, but it doesn't do anything. Which means, sadly, you know, we can only produce one, or use one thing at a time. Now, I wish you could chuck a comb in, like a comb block, because obviously that would be infinitely better. But, you can't do that. Which means if we honestly want to push this further, not only do we need to make more of these, but if we want it to work with the system, you know what? We could have an external production. I was going to say, using all these pattern providers is a bit like, it's using a lot of our channels. realistically, our area here is pretty hideous as well. In the ideal world, what we would probably do is have one pattern provider put all of the combs, produce like a stack at once, more than a stack at once, into a chest. And then from that chest, we slam out a bunch of chemical oxidizers, more than this, and we mow through all of those. And I'll be honest, not a bad idea. If we look here at the moment, we can sort of, I guess, gauge how much we're producing by looking at, well, I guess this, right? I mean, it's good, but we need so much. We need literally 3,000, and we're making tens, if even. Ones. We're making ones. I mean, hey, listen. We don't have anything else to do. Alright, so I'm sitting here trying to think. How do I... Where do I build this? This is honestly what I'm thinking, because I'm like, we need a decent amount of room. I want to make a bunch of them. I should start ordering some chemical oxidizers. I'm not sure how many we want to go for. I'm thinking we do 100. That's a nice amount. Good for the thumbnail. Good for everything. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4... I'll count them. Okay, we have 13. I thought we had 13. It adds up. I'm pretty sure we have 13. So realistically, I order what? 87? Ooh, not 187. No, not that type of video. So that should be enough. Honestly, shouldn't take too long. I'm pretty sure it'll craft relatively quick. Awesome. They're on their way. Now I need to find a spot to put 100 of them. I mean, we want to put it here. I'll tell you what my issue is. This entire mountain is just sand. It's sand all the way down here. It's not sandstone at this point. It's just sand. It's horrible. It's just horrific. I'll tell you what. I do have a bit of an idea. If I chop this up, then I can sort of place them here on the outside and run the pipe through, and we can cover that wall back up. That's an option. And I think that could look nice. We could even put like a little balcony over it. Sort of like how we did this here. I can also do that over here. And I think that might look nice. What's this? Some spruce and then some sandstone. I'll tell you what, we'll have a little bit of fun. we'll see what we get done. But yeah, I'm excited. Okay, we have a beautiful area now. It is 10 wide on the inside, so from this bit, and then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 accidentally, so that's pretty cool. So we can sort of pick what we do. Realistically, I guess now that we know the length of this, we're obviously going to pick all these guys up. We can do 10 on the wall. These can go down again, and let's say we have 5. I think that'll be perfect, right? If we go down here, then we can have a wall of 5 tall, so that'll be 50, and 50 on the other side. We'll have 100 of these, and that also leaves room for our channels in the middle to possibly go up even higher if we choose. I'm not sure if we will choose. Obviously, this shovel is ridiculous. It's an Unobtanium shovel. So yeah, that's, I guess, where we're currently standing. Okay, so what do we need to do now? Well, we can grab our chemical oxidizers, which are not crafted yet. We can see what the issue is. Oh, the issue is we're still crafting this thing. I told you this thing takes crazy time. We can cancel that. It'll still happen eventually once it's finished crafting all the other stuff. See, that stuff's done. And then this stuff will be on its way. We need a lot of everything. Yeah. But see, it's getting there. It's going to do this guy now. And as you can see, he does like, I don't know, 10 at a time or close to that. So he'll be good. He's fine. He'll do his thing. In the meantime, these guys currently aren't running, which is good. I do want to be a little bit careful with them. Purely because I think the waste they make is radioactive. So if I accidentally break these guys while they have stuff in them, bad time. So preemptively... Oh god. Let's go ahead and break some of that stuff. And none of them are sparkling green. They sparkle green when they have radiation. We should double check as well just to make sure. Yep, particles are on full. I see no glowy greeny particles, so I think we're good. Fingers crossed. And we can pick this stuff up. Now, obviously, we can small tunnel these up. That's fine. But we do want to be careful because at the end here, we do have another machine, which we probably will move. But we will be moving it later, so for now it can, I guess, stay there. Sure. So, what's next? Well, believe it or not, we're going to grab these oxidizers, and we're going to slap them all down like so. Now, there will need to be some change in our configuration. I'll also need to put a lot of this stuff away, mainly these fissile fuel recipes. What else do we have? Yeah, the uranium recipes. We'll end up with just one of these patterns that does everything. So it's fine. Remain calm. Everything's fine. Everything will be fine. We just need to do a little bit of cleanup. I've realized as well, just now thinking about this, that in terms of power, It might be a bit trickier than originally planned. I probably won't use ender gates. What we will probably do, if we can support it, is wireless charging using these 200 RF per tick blocks. Now, can that support it? Well, down here we have a chemical oxidizer running on full. He needs 800 RF per tick. Now, that is a problem. The reason why that's a problem is we can support that. We can support that by placing 4 of the charges per oxidizer, but you might see the issue. That means we're going to need, 400 charges? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, it sounds like a lot. It is a lot. I was going to try and justify myself. It is a lot, but it is also doable. We could fill this middle area with just these charges, because these ones here do a 7x7, right? So you can fit 4 blocks within that charging range. So we can literally fill this guy up, and I think that will work. The question is, do we do that, or do we just run cables? Because alternatively, there's a beautiful little cable laying around. I was gonna flex the universal cable from whatchamacallit? Pipes, which does transfer energy and items and stuff, but we still need the extract. And, oh yeah, how am I actually gonna do this? Because the beauty of these pattern providers is it puts stuff in and it takes stuff out. It was pretty universal. It was good at what it does. For this, we will need access to 2 sides, which sort of ruins this plan at least. So I think we are better off placing them here. Yeah. And then we'll move this little floor thing that we have back a little bit. 1 second. So yeah, we'll bring it like this, because then we can place the pipes on the front, pipes on the back. That should be good. Fingers crossed. So yeah, now, how will we connect to this? Well, we can still use multiple providers, right? So we can have one here, right? Yeah, we can have one there. Awesome. On the side of this guy, we probably will use universal cables. So on one side, I guess we'll do the back. That'll probably be the cleanest. Oh, the front, the back. I'm not sure. Regardless, it'll connect through here. Oh, you know what? We will do the front because I've obviously got to extract, and doing that on the front is just going to be easier. So we'll send this guy through here. We'll have to make sure that we're disconnecting things that shouldn't be connected. And this guy's going to run, and he's just going to connect to everything on the back, right? He's going to be putting items in. Now, this will be a little bit laggy due to what he's doing, you know, putting items in and putting energy in. But realistically, it shouldn't be too bad, especially when it's not running. I'll tell you what, we'll find out if it ends up being an issue. And another cool thing we can do is we can actually building gadget this stuff. So that makes my job, as you can see, a lot easier. And they all connect. They're all wonderful. So this guy here will extract. We're obviously going to put in a pipe upgrade for him. We'll set up, I guess, one side, or at least this little bit that I have set up just to make sure that it does work. All of these are going to be set to do round robin, so there'll be an even distribution of all the items, all the power, everything. So that's obviously the items going in. We'll need power as well, which will be done with a flux point. That'll be nice and easy. So we'll go ahead and slap this guy. It doesn't really matter where he goes, really, once again, but I guess we'll slap him up there. We're going to set him to my network, disable the limit, and set this guy to extract. So then he connects on. Awesome. So these guys now have power coming in through the back. They are receiving, assuming I put a pipe upgrade in here. Boom, boom, boom. They'll be receiving 131,000 RF per tick. Hopefully that's enough. And that should be for all of them. Yep, as you can see, they all go in there. Beautiful. Oh, actually, the item one is nearest first. We do want that to be round robin. So just, I guess, double check. Maybe my pipe upgrade was configured differently. This looks fine. Everything looks good there. So after that, it'll obviously connect to the fronts. All of these will extract too, and this is where it sort of gets a little bit tricky. It's sort of like, how do I want them to extract? If I extract them into these pipes, I will have to put pipe upgrades in all of them in order to get the resources out quickly. That's a lot of upgrades, that's a lot of clicking, just not fun. We could use integrated dynamics, that will probably work wonderfully. Or we should be able to get away with using logistical cables, logistical transporters. These guys here connect just like so, but the real trick, I believe, comes into the configuration of the actual item. So we're obviously going to be inputting from every side, that should be fine. And then what we'll do is we'll be outputting the gas, not below, but out the front. So eject on forward, And so then what that should do is auto eject in here, especially if we have it set to auto eject, which we do. You can toggle that with this top right button if it happens to be off. So this guy's on, he'll spit it out there. You can configure these pipes to pull and push, but I think if we just leave it blank, which, oh god, I might not be able to reach now. I think if we just leave it empty, it'll automatically push in there. And that should be fine, specifically here, in this situation, because we've got a gas that's exporting, and as we can see in our gases, we don't have any inputs for the gases. It's physically impossible to put gases into these oxidizers, so we don't have to worry about it coming out of this machine and going into that one. In theory. Then what we can do is shift right click on this guy, and then we can apply it to every single one of these, which is going to be awesome. And at the moment, I guess, I don't know, we can't really tell if it is working, but once we set this up, obviously we'll be able to see as the stuff's coming out. It should be pretty cool. So, what's next? Well, I believe all I would need to do is run this guy into there, and there we go. So, I'm pretty excited. This thing should already, as simple as this setup has felt, it should just work. So, we're going to go ahead and grab a pattern. We've got them in here. We'll grab the wasted honeycombs. We'll open this guy up, chuck him in here, and we want to increase this by a lot, right? We want to say, hey, put 1,000 in, get 1,000 out. And that should be something we can do. Chuck in 1,000, get 1,000 out. Now, it sounds like a lot, but realistically, if we have 50 on this side, it won't take that long. I was going to try and attempt to do the math in my head. Gave up on that very, very quick. So that should... Ooh, that should work. I'm now realizing it might not work. We might have to have a buffer chest, because obviously it has to put the items somewhere. Even if we have a buffer chest, that should work perfectly fine. I think we'll chuck him up. I was going to place him here, but then we might have some issues, maybe. I reckon if we place it here, it's fine. And we can even... You know, I'll tell you what. I kind of just want to test it as it is to see if it works this way. I don't think it will, but it might. That's I guess, the point. So, oh god, I've dropped some stuff, but it's fine. Hopefully we'll go back and pick that up. I obviously want some nuclear waste. Can I order 10 buckets? It's going to say you'll have to order 1,000. And I'll say, sure. We come back over here, and none of these machines are lit up. This guy, I think he's trying to put the items through, but we're not having it. We're just not having it. So, if we then place a chest, now all of a sudden we are having it. And more importantly, we're going to disconnect this connector here, double disconnect this, reconnect this, chuck in this guy. All of these guys are almost empty, although I don't think we have enough machines. As you can see, this stuff's running. As you can see, the extraction is not working. Unfortunate to say the least. So, that sort of ruins that plan. Oh, logistical pipes. Listen. We're not always smart. Sometimes we're actively not smart. What we need is pressurized tubes. I don't know, I've got a bit of an accent happening. I don't know why that's happening, but we have one. And so as we can see here, now this guy's running. Awesome. Okay, so this does work. Just make sure you're using the right pipes. You guys are probably screaming at me for that. So there we go. This pipe was placed in the wrong spot, but it's fine. There's nothing in it, as we see if we crouch, because he's not set to export up. So yeah, awesome. This guy's emptying. All of the stuff is going in here. Currently, it's just going to be making a mess, but it works. How cool is that? I'm very, very happy. So now if we go oxidizers, we can grab out... Oh, they don't stack. We can grab them out very, very slowly. Oh, God. Yeah, okay, let me sort this up a little bit. Put those pipes away. All right, we can grab these out. Can I scroll? Oh, yeah, there we go. And we'll obviously have to configuration card them. I'll probably do like... Oh, they don't even... Oh, my God. It's one of these things where they don't just like auto-fill into my hand. Oh, a little bit of lag, which is scary. This place might get laggy. I'm not sure. We're going to find out. And then just make sure we have this all applied. And I'll probably do row by row. I think that's a good idea. I said I'd do row by row, and then I completely... I just didn't. I just didn't. So we've got to go from this row upwards. But yeah, if this doesn't work, it should be pretty obvious, because whichever machine I've missed will continue glowing once the recipe's finished. So yeah, I'm honestly, this is well overdue. Now, this won't even help us. It won't help us that much, because we need combs for that, and we don't have that much combs. We just simply don't. It's a bit of a problem, I know. We just don't have that much. I should order some more of this stuff. This stuff is what gets us our honeycombs, because it creates radiation, and then that gets put out somewhere else. But yeah, all this stuff's clicked, or at least I think I did. So I should be able to connect all this. and then we can attempt to order another 1,000 and just see how quickly we mow through it. This is just with 50. Obviously, we might not need to set up the other 50. We might. Or what we might do is set up something else on this side that is another bottleneck. And we'll just keep eliminating bottlenecks with these little modules that we can make. These little short, small modules. So this thing, once again, should work. If we want to, this mod here is called Observable. We can run a little profile. And what this will do is it'll check how much lag it's providing to the server, I guess. Like how much tick time it's using. So bigger numbers are bad. Typically any number below 100 is fine. As you can see, these are all pretty fine. There's a little bit of a stress over here, which is it's on 100 exactly, surprisingly. This is obviously the main point here, because the rest of these pipes, they don't really care. It's this main one that extracts and sends it everywhere else. As you can see, it's a little bit stressed, but not that bad. This whole area isn't too bad. I know there's a lot on the screen. An interesting thing about Mechanism, which is a bit of an issue, especially on servers with lots of builds, is each of these blocks for their multi-blocks are tile entities, which means they don't tick much, but there's a lot of them when you make these big ones. And so for me, it's perfectly fine. On a server with like 100 players, not even necessarily active, but just having these set up, it becomes a bit of an issue. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I guess, I don't know. I was just trying to be a little bit educational to the best of my ability, at least. Not sure why this was here, but it is not there anymore. So let's go ahead and order this thing. For starters, did that recipe finish? Like, are we good? It's not clogged up? No, everything seems to be fine. I'm gonna cancel this one, and I want to see it order it again, and I want to see what happens. So it's ordered it. It's chucked in the combs. They're obviously getting processed. We should see about 50 being yoinked away at a time, which is kind of what we're seeing, I guess. It's mowing through them. All of the machines look to be running. None of them seem to be glowing already, which should mean that they're all extracting. And in regards to the actual recipe over here, the part that needed the honeycombs, it's done. It's essentially already finished, I think, which was the waste being generated. So now it's just literally making the waste, I guess, until we get more honeycombs. So, what does this mean? Good question. I don't know. I don't know where we go from here. Oh no, I forgot that they need upgrades. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah. I getcha. I hear you, but I don't want to. They also don't look like they're getting enough power. This guy, I mean, I guess they are. Sure. All right. We need to. We can't afford them yet. Let's go in here. We need, oh god, we need 8 times. If we eventually want to do all of them, which obviously I do, we would need 8 times. How many did I make? I made 83. 8 times 83. We need 664. Does that sound right? Hopefully. Hopefully. So I'm going to order that. That should happen at some point. I think that was for the speed. Yep. 664. We'll get for the energy as well. 664. And guess what? They're on their way. Hey, they're going pretty good. They're going pretty good. I can probably do all of these 50 now, and then we'll try and tackle the rest of the stuff, I guess, whenever we make it. Alright, so these are full of speed upgrades. Now they just need energy, and I can tell you already, I don't think we have enough energy yet, but we can get started. We also, I don't know, these guys seem to be, I guess they're not full, they just look to be full. Yeah, okay, well, I'll be back. Alright, I believe they are all fully upgraded. Cool. They seem to be finished processing at least, so I guess that's a positive. So, if we don't have honeycombs, which currently we don't have that many, we're getting there, but we I guess don't have a crazy amount. What's our next bottleneck? Is it still, well, the uranium oxide, the sulfuric acid, so the fissile fuel, the uranium hexafluoride. I feel like we're waiting on the uranium hexafluoride a lot. That stuff is what we chuck into this guy here. So to make that, I'll tell you what, we're gonna have to look up the recipes. Uranium hexafluoride, this guy here, he needs the uranium oxide, which is what we get from putting the yellow cake uranium in oxidizers, and he needs hydrofluoric acid. Now, hydrofluoric acid looks like it's constantly crafting. The uranium oxide, we just have some. So that's not the bottleneck. The bottleneck is clearly this hydrofluoric acid. Now, where are we making that? Let's have a look through. That's water vapor. That's hydrogen, some other stuff, sure. In here, none of that stuff looks like it. Where are we making this stuff? Oh, hydrofluoric acid is made in this guy. So that's fluorite and sulfuric acid. Now, at the moment, as you can see, looks to be the bottleneck. Now, can we put in a fluoride block? We can. We can do a block, and that will obviously increase our production. Guess what we're doing? We are going to put in a block. So, we'll edit this. We'll change this around to be this recipe here. We'll just update it. We'll chuck it in. What we will have to do, obviously, is create a pattern for creating the block itself. But that should be fine. So we'll grab that pattern here. Where do we want to put that? I don't remember. I don't know how this stuff works. I think I would need a molecular assembler. Molecular assembler. We can almost craft it. We just need fluix dust. That's a lot of work. Alternatively, fluorite dust. No, we put raw fluorite in here, don't we? Yeah, we put this stuff in. Alternatively, we remove this. We search fluorite block. We chuck that in there. Open this guy up again. Have a look at him. Okay, I see what we're dealing with. Go into at sophisticated. Go into compacting. I reckon we make a compacting upgrade. I reckon we might be able to turn the blocks into blocks in that page. As crazy as it sounds. So this guy compresses into 2x2s. We would like 3x3s. So we'll grab that. We will also grab an upgrade. Now specifically, I think we're going to tier... No, we're already at iron. So we're going to gold. Not a stack upgrade, but this guy here. So we're going to go iron to gold. I think as well, we are going to stop this. And we will go back to just raw fluorite. I think that is the play. So he took no chances there. We're going to chuck in this advanced compacting upgrade. Open him up. And how does he work? Compact items into their compressed variants, both 2x2 and 3x3 recipes, with more filtering options. Sure. So we can allow compact only uncraftable. Yep. Only works with other upgrades and automation. Nope. Match item, block item. Let's do allow, and let's do fluorite. Maybe even the fluorite block. And then how do I get it to do it? Is, I guess, the question of the day. I'm not sure. I have a feeling that what we're going to want is 2 more stack upgrades and to bump this chest up to, you know, diamond and then netherite. So I might do that, or the barrel, should I say. Yeah, and look, it's gone ahead and compressed everything because it had extra gaps to do so. This is looking more like what we want, which means this guy should be doing what we want. The issue he has currently is just that he's not really working. So what we need is to grab a gauge dropper or place in some fluorite just to sort of get rid of what's left there. And then we can take this out. Maybe we yoink that out as well. So he's completely empty. Sure. Open this guy up. Let's go ahead and cancel him. He should automatically order again. He's probably going to use up some of the, whatchamacallums. Some of the honeycombs we have. Yep, I think he's actually just producing another antimatter as we speak, which is just a thing that can happen. Sure. In fact, yeah, I think we're about to have another piece of antimatter. We're awfully close. And of course, this guy is pretty close to filling as well, which is crazy. What's happening? Where are we at? Oh, I think we've got it. I think we just got another... We have 2 antimatter here, which we can put in the system. And now when I search for the star, do we only need... We only need 1. We're looking pretty good. So, in order to get that, obviously we need an antimatter. Now, currently it's not ordering one, which is a little bit concerning. If I search... What do I have? I have this pattern on me. I think that's fine. If I click on the antimatter, are we going to attempt? No. He's going to try to use the combs. Sure. We don't have the combs. Use the other recipe. But he doesn't currently believe in the other recipe. The other recipe is, of course, crafting the nuclear waste. Using, of course, hydrofluoric uranium hexafluoride. So if I order some of this, it'll use all that stuff, sure. But if I order 1,000 buckets, it's going to say you need fluoride blocks. You don't have fluoride blocks because this guy's set to do fluoride. Oh my god, we figured it out. Fluoride block. Drag him in there. You ready? Boom. Boom. I believe he'll order the stuff now. Once he realizes, yep, he's ordered it. The blocks are going in. It's only going to be like 400 blocks now because it's actually just like producing a crazy amount. There we go. There we go. Awesome. Honestly, like this is really good. This is genuinely really, really good. Yeah, cool. So we can chuck that away. Obviously all the fluorite is being turned into blocks. That's awesome. That guy's no longer bottlenecked. So now the current bottleneck seems to be the sulfuric acid going into this guy. So is there a solution to that? Sulfuric acid, if we try to order it, is going to be water vapor and sulfur trioxide. So the water vapor is made in here. He's currently not doing anything, so he's not the issue. And the, what's the other stuff? I don't actually really know. You're also, why are you like out of power? Not enough energy. What are you, how do you not have enough energy? I search energy. I was just gonna put an upgraded gate on you and see if that solved the issue, because this guy can do a crazy amount. Does that, are you good? Yeah, you're good. Sure. Yeah, you're an odd one to say the least. I guess he was never an issue. So, what was the other ingredient? Hold on. Sulfuric acid. It's going to be sulfur trioxide. Now, it says we have some, so that's not at least the problem yet. Sulfur trioxide's made in this guy here. And he's made out of what? Oxygen and sulfur dioxide, so that's more of that sulfur getting produced over here. And we can actually add that, so I might actually go ahead and do that. Let's search for our patterns. Let's grab one of these uranium oxide recipes. Chuck him in here. And we're going to increase this to, what? Were we going to do 1,000, I think? So I'll tell you what. Let's click on the recipe here. Let's just put in the most basic form of the recipe, which is 1 into 0.25. And then let's times this by, I mean, I guess we do by 1,000. Why not? So that's going to mean what? This is going to become 25 buckets, I think? No, wait. This goes, so, all right. Here's how you do it, right? In 1,000, there's 3 zeros. So we put the dot here, then here, then here. So we get 250 buckets. I'm pretty sure that's how you do it. That's some little dumb math, if you will. And then you add the zeros there. And I'm pretty sure that works out to be the right amount. If it doesn't, not my problem. So we can chuck this in here. And now, allegedly, we can do that recipe as well. If needed. Assuming we have enough sulfur, which could also be another problem. But it looks like we do. So that stuff's not the issue. So what's the issue? What's currently happening? Currently, we're just making hydrofluoric acid. He's still waiting on some because he reckons he didn't get the right amount. I've told him, put in 0.9 and 9 and get it back. And that's what should happen. But he's clearly put the wrong amount in and he's expecting to receive some back. That's not how this works. There's no such thing as not the full amount. So I don't know what's going on. What we could do, I think, is I can cancel this. He'll start up again, and that little extra bit in there shouldn't matter. If anything, it's a little bit of a bonus. So we'll let this stuff start up. Once again, I'm very baffled by just the entire situation. I don't know what's happening. Oh, there we go. I had to take some of these out. Is that the issue then? Hold on. Let me change this guy to, if it has a pattern in it, don't push any. And we'll see if that somehow just solves the problem. Let's go ahead and take all this stuff out. Let me take that out as well. See, what is it doing? It's messing up massively. Like, it just doesn't know what it's doing. So I think the setting I just put in is sort of breaking it a bit, because what it's essentially telling it to do is when there's a little bit in there, don't put anything in. But he's not putting in the full recipe in at once, I believe. So I'm not too sure. I don't know. I've taken stuff out, so this pattern isn't going to finish working anyway, so we'll just cancel it and have it start up again. That should be fine. Let's take out that to begin with. I don't know. We'll keep an eye on it. See, because look, now he's full. The issue is, he's trying to put in sulfuric acid and fluoride blocks, but he's full of fluoride blocks. That's literally what the issue is. If I take the fluoride block out, look, he starts crafting again. What? This is just dumb. Why is he doing this? This is so dumb. And now he's broken again. But if I... What are you possibly... How... You are something. Let's cancel you. I know you're going to start up again. Maybe I should put a block in there so you stop. How do we solve this? How do we realistically fix this issue? We fix this issue by stopping this guy from receiving items, and instead he receives items on the outside in the form of a chest. The chest sits the chest sits here. He fills up with the blocks, sure. From there, so if I take this out, it should now work. No, maybe. And then he's just going to go in with just a slow pipe. I'm not going to put any upgrades in him. He'll just literally be this guy set up to extract. And so he'll be relatively slow. The front of you will be the input for items. Currently, you're acting as if you cannot work. I don't know why you are. I'm going to cancel this recipe. You're going to try this again. What are you doing? Dude. I don't know why this is being so stubborn. Alright, I think I have a solution. It's not going to be pretty, but it's going to work. We chuck in this recipe and we alter it. We say 1 fluorite block equals 9 hydrofluoric acid. And you might be thinking, what? Impossible. It just simply can't be done. That's where you're wrong. What we do is we get an export bus and we tell it to just keep this guy packed to the brim of sulfuric acid, and I believe we'll magically have this stuff work. Or we do vice versa. So we open this guy up. You know what? Yeah. We do the other way around. Yeah. I think that makes more sense. So we'll chuck this guy in here, and we'll grab this recipe again, and we're going to take that out. We're going to say 0.9 equals 9 buckets, and we'll chuck that on the pattern down here, and then this guy is going to be told, hey, keep him full. And then we'll tell this guy, hey, insert there. And then he should do that. And that should work. Yeah, so he'll start filling up. All he needs now is the hydrofluoric acid to be received from below. We'll set him to input items, even though it's obviously not an item. It's a slurry or something. I'm not actually sure how he's currently getting it. I guess he's receiving a gas and he's creating a slurry. So, it's kind of a waiting game. I'll take this stuff out, see if that somehow helps. Obviously, we want this recipe, so I'll cancel it. He'll start up again. We'll see if he does it. Yep, it looks like he's doing it. Awesome. Beautiful. This should work wonderfully. And I'm just going to leave it as it is. That's all she wrote, as far as I'm concerned. Now, with that being said, I do think I do want to switch it around again. Sorry. Let's, oh god. Let's take this pattern out. Yeah, anyway. Let's open you up, remove you. I'm going to search sulfuric acid. The reason I want to switch this around is so that we can potentially have it, what am I trying to say here? Just work better. Yeah, I don't really know what I'm trying to tell you guys, but, I want to be able to make more, or put more sulfuric acid in than it currently is letting me, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So we'll chuck this guy in there. Yep, 1 block equals that. Awesome. You're obviously going to insert from below. Awesome. The gases are going to insert from the right side. Input. It doesn't output, but it'll input. Sure. Maybe I'll specify just only input. That'll be good. So that should be fine. Sulfuric acid will go in here. Obviously, this guy needs a few things. Sorry, I've been on autopilot. You couldn't have told me that we're 50 minutes in the episode. I've just been doing. We probably already have enough to make the star. I'm not, once again, not going to lie to you, but I do want to set this up. So I'm going to chuck that stuff in there. So he should order sulfuric acid and fill this guy up. That's what should be happening literally right now. But it's not. We'll go ahead and we'll cancel this. And so he should start doing stuff. But he also just might not. Yeah, he's filling up with fluoride blocks, but he's not got no sulfuric acid. The sulfuric acid, of course, being created somewhere is the answer to that. Okay, sulfuric acid being created here. Currently not doing anything, not working. Can we manually order sulfuric acid? The answer is yes, we could literally make an insane amount, sure. So what I should do is come up here to our requester. We should search sulfuric acid. We should drag this stuff. Oh, we can't drag the stuff in there. Can we drag a bucket in? We can. Oh, you know what? I think it's the wrong sulfuric acid. I think we want this sulfuric acid. Huh? Maybe? Huh? Yes! Oh, look at that. And he puts in, he does a full inventory worth. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Now, he clearly needs a little bit of work to be done because he's not doing an amazing job, but he's doing a job nonetheless. So what I can do now, oh, beautiful. We can grab a chemical tank. We can grab one of these empty ones that can store a crazy amount of stuff, and we can chuck it arguably right here. In fact, yeah, we can chuck it right here. So I can chuck this guy. Ooh, where do we want to put it, actually? Ooh, we can do it a little bit differently. We can place him... I kind of want to place him here, but I want a cable underneath, but I don't know if I can get away with that. I think we can. It'll be a little bit silly. We're going to have this guy output to the left. That's fine. Input from all the other sides. Sure. Then what we'll do is we will just run a Fluix cable up here. That seems to be the simple solution. Fluix. Do that there. Grab. Because at the moment, for that guy, he was crafting the maximum amount he could store at once. I think that's what he was doing. So this time around, we should get something a little bit different. Sulfuric, make sure you get the one with the text underneath if you've got that one. Otherwise, I guess, grab the one on the left. And so this guy should, yeah, get a crazy amount. Now, at the moment, he's outputting it all. I think it's still only doing like a bucket worth. But the point here is when we're not crafting antimatter, this guy should still keep crafting. So we should get a crazy amount all at once. Is there another solution we could do? Arguably, yes. Arguably, if we grab another export bus and slap it on top, it should work just as well. Let's search cards. Obviously, we want another crafting card. We do have one. We've got one acceleration card, but I would like a few more. So let's go ahead and see if we can do that. Two of you. Boom, boom. Place this guy on top. Sure. Let's grab two more Fluix cables. We'll craft a stack. Sure. 1, 2. Beautiful. Connect you up. Connect you. Crafting you. And sulfuric. Boom. Boom. There it is. That's all she wrote. So the question is now, are they both going to be ordering the same amount at once? And like, are we going to see that? We're kind of not. We might be. I feel like it's happening more than it was before. Like, I think we are almost keeping up with it. In terms of the actual sulfuric acid, we've just got some. Like, we're not even ordering it at the moment. It's literally just the limitation of this exporter. Yeah, that's literally what it is currently. So what we could do as well is get a storage bus and slap this guy on the back. And then what that should do, obviously I'm making a bit of a mess here. But what this should do is we can allow it to keep the stuff in there. We can say, hey, insert only. Fill them up with sulfuric acid. And that should work. Yeah. We'll go Fluix. We'll grab two of you. Beautiful, beautiful. So he'll insert only. Search sulfuric. Drag this guy in there. Boom. He should now store sulfuric acid. As we can see, we're already up. We've caught up. We're now winning. Yep. There we go. It's all going to get stored in here now. We can even keep priority. Insertion, higher priority first. Awesome. We want this guy filled with the stuff. So now, if I go in here and I order, say, 100 buckets worth, it should all, once it's crafted, go in here. And we should see this guy fill up. We should see that fill up, and then this fill up. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Now, where do we stand? I want to make it this episode. I kind of do, but I understand our limits. I understand where we stand. I'll tell you what. If I cancel this, it's possible, yeah, that we have enough combs. I'm going to click cancel. We'll see what happens. What I should do as well... I don't actually know what I should do. What should I do? How close are we? I feel like... Did it use the combs? Yeah, it must have. Yeah. Let's order some more spent nuclear waste as well. Just to sort of keep that other area occupied with radiation. Because I never know if we're keeping up or not. So that should be working. Okay, so the only other thing I can think here that would speed things up by about honestly, probably by like twice the speed, is if we have this guy extract faster. At the moment, we're purely relying on one of these things. I think it's a slurry that we're creating, maybe, because it's a mixture of solids and liquids. Maybe that's a slurry. I never know how to tell. We might be able to run a pipe below there. You know what I mean? Have it extract that way. So if I go pipes, I guess we'll find out pretty soon if this works. And we chuck this here. Let's have a look. So at the moment, gases are inputting at the front. If I remove that, he still doesn't seem to care. If I go to infuse and gases, that's all fine. We remove that as well. Okay, he's disconnected. If I connect the slurry to output on the front, He still doesn't connect. He doesn't really care. Yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate. Can we move slurries? This moves gases. If we search at mechanism, in the past, there wasn't really a way to move them, I don't think. And, like, you might be able to move them as gases, but it should specify. Since they have them as, like, an actual liquid, it should definitely specify that it is moved separately or moved with the same thing. Yeah, see, there's not really a slurry pipe. As far as I know, I mean, there might be. I don't really know. We can attempt the gas pipe. The gas pipe does connect. Obviously, I don't have any gases connected, so it must be doing slurries. So we can try this. Maybe that'll speed things up a little bit as well. Have that guy extract. Can't really tell. Can't really tell. We can have him export gas out the front as well. We'll try that. Okay, hold on. Yeah, that's doing it. Look, this guy's maintaining emptiness, which is awesome. Now, hopefully he's not pulling out sulfuric acid as well. I don't think he is. I think that's just how fast this machine runs when it's running non-stop, because he doesn't have a chance to fill up. Cool. Awesome. So once again, the only issue is this guy here not having enough sulfuric acid in him. That's genuinely the issue we have at the moment. And that issue is honestly because this guy's not able to produce fast enough. And part of that kind of looks like he's not getting enough power. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't really know. Maybe we will give this guy a flux plug instead, or a flux point, sorry. So let's chuck this guy on top. 204,000 RF per I think that was... Whoa, that's a crazy amount. I did not even know. How much are you making now? Still the same amount. I didn't know we were using that much power. I didn't have a clue. Not a clue. Wow. The more you know. This guy as well. He does have some downtime. He doesn't have enough that I don't think it's a big issue. I think, if anything, we just make 2 of these guys. Which I kind of want to do. Listen, once again, long episode, but hey, well worth it, I think. We'll craft a chemical infuser, and we'll go ahead and hook this guy up. He just needs a pattern provider, which we've got plenty of, because we're not using a bunch of them. We've got a pattern on us, so what I'll do is I'll grab this guy out. Yeah, I know, that'll stop them from working. I'll have to fix that again, but that's fine. We'll go ahead and clear this pattern. We'll chuck him in here, copy him down there. Awesome. We've got all the stuff ready. So you can receive you again. I don't know, yep, you'll start up. Awesome. Then we can sort of place this wherever we want, which I kind of want to place it here. I think we can. Sure, let's just do it. I'll slap you down there. Wonderful. You are going to receive this pattern. You are going to be placed on top. And most importantly, we're going to copy your configuration and right-click you there. So you should start up. Then all we need is a flux point as well. Just to, make sure that you get what you want. My network and disable the limit. He's doing his thing. Obviously, we need upgrades. Boom, boom. And Bob is your uncle. There we go. So, that should be pretty good. Now, we'll be able to tell what the issue is, and I'll be honest, if we are actually currently crafting this stuff, the issue is that we're not getting enough. We're not getting enough of whatever it is we're after. Alright, I just ordered 1,000 buckets. Okay, he's getting enough to constantly run. Respect. Is this guy as well? Yeah, he is. Cool. Awesome. We just doubled our production. This guy should now be at 512. It's not enough to keep him running non-stop, but he should now be, once again, twice as fast because we doubled our production. Cool. Alright, how are we looking in terms of the antimatter? Let's cancel it again, just so that it has time to do whatever it needs to do. Yeah, it's going to use some honeycombs now, so that'll actually speed it up like crazy. I think we're very close. Is that actually going to do it? I'll be honest, I think this guy's not fast enough. As odd as that might sound, I don't think he's able to get enough fuel going into him, because we have a bunch of fuel at the moment. It's just not going in. I reckon we can change this recipe. I reckon we times it by 2. I reckon that'll be enough to get this guy going. So we'll chuck this guy in here. Let's open him up. +1 to each of these. That'll double things. It's obviously doesn't sound like much, but I don't want to overkill this, as silly as that might sound, because he can run a bit hot, I think. I'm not sure. I don't really... no, actually, the issue is our fuel output. I don't think we... Oh, no, I think we... I mean, I think we're good. I think we're just good. I don't really know. All right, so the machine's on. And yeah, as you can see, it's I mean, even just doubling that fills it up like crazy. And as you can see, yeah, look, the nuclear waste, we can't actually output it fast enough, which, we might actually be keeping on top of it. Yeah, okay, I think I was a little bit more worried than we needed to be. Yeah, look, he can empty when he needs to, which is good. Yeah, see, now he's actually doing it like really fast. Sure. I was a little bit worried, but I think we're good. I think we're good. All right, but yeah, I believe we literally need 0.22. So 22 millibuckets, and I think that's what it's crafting right now. I think we're getting the ATM star this episode. I'll tell you what I'm really tempted to do. I am tempted to leave you guys on a cliffhanger. Listen, I'm really tempted, but I'll tell you one thing. That's never been what it's about. My main thing is that I'm low on energy. This episode's pretty long. It's not that long, but I'm pretty low on energy, and I feel like I'm not going to give it the justice that it so rightfully deserves. Do we have the antimatter? Okay, we're doing it. All right, alrighty. Okay. Here we are, the star. Let's go ahead and this is silly. This is that was never meant to stay there. Before we do this, let me actually, yeah, I will chuck it in there. I do want the Wither's compass, so I am going to order those 2 bits. I'm going to craft the Wither's compass and collect it. That is now. Hold on. Let's be smart here. That is now. Oh god. Yep. 1 second. Take our time. That should be everything here. We can collect our final rewards. We have the Unobtanium. Oh, sure. We get an extra. Oh, goody. We get an extra. Oh, sure. I'll take it. Okay. We have everything for the star. But there's one thing. We don't yet have the star. So, boom. Boom. Master of Patrick. I saw that one. And there we go. And then we have 2 of these. You know what? You know what? We'll put them on some pedestals. We'll make two display pedestals if we can afford them. We can't afford them. We'll make them though. I don't know if they were meant to be display ones. Were these display ones? Yeah, they were. So we'll chuck one there. We'll chuck one there. And we'll go boom. And we'll go boom. By the way, this thing had nothing to do with the creation. It just looks cool. I mean, look at it. That thing's pretty neat. Okay, so it's pretty hideous down here. But we do have all the pedestals with a bunch of different stuff. Bunch of different swords. Some staves. Some tridents and whatnot. Well, that thing looks pretty cool. What we don't have is a star. Let's go ahead and ruin our performance by increasing our tile entity distance so that we can see things. You know what? Let's have some fun. my laptop just started revving up. Let's have some fun. This is, I mean, listen, this is a big moment. This is it. This is genuinely it. As you can see, the world around me is loading. I mean, it hasn't even loaded in all of what our main base has to offer. We've obviously got a massive thing over there that it looks like it wants to load in, but it's getting there. It'll slowly but surely load. Maybe if I escape. Yeah, if I escape suddenly, it's like the easiest thing to load on the planet. But there is something there in that. Well, yeah, we even had that stuff all the way in the distance. Some create stuff we messed around with. In this direction, obviously, we have the. Why is everything really just not doing it? I don't know. What are you doing? Yeah, why is this stuff not loaded? Is my world corrupt? It shouldn't be. I'll be honest, I think the issue is mainly just that we set the range to be as big as it is. I hope, at least. I'm a little bit concerned. Alright, I'll be honest with you guys. I've lowered my render distance and some of the map is still not loading in. Let's just go ahead. What, was this area loaded? Okay, this area is loaded now. Maybe I just had to leave it and come back. Okay. Oh, okay. I'm so worried. Alright, everything's fine. Everything's okay. Everything's fine. Yeah, everything's fine. Let's put it back up. Everything's fine. Yeah, everything's Maybe we ran out of RAM or something. I don't know. I don't think that's a thing. But regardless. Okay, there we go. Okay. Our beautiful map. We have like the train station. We got the tower for the seeds. We've got our smelter over there for the alloys. Bunch of create stuff down there. It's beautiful. We can, I'll tell you what, let's push. We already maxed them out, didn't we? Yeah, we can see it. We've got a little windmill down there doing its thing. Beautiful. Yeah, we had some like what was the word? Deep neural network stuff there. We've got some failed mistakes over there. Awesome. Wonderful. What a great moment. Anyhow, let's fall down here at our 10 frames because we're in lag mode. There's the star. You know what? It is going to be very hideous if we are lagging this badly. But 1 second. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for showing up today. Today, we are going to be ordering our first ATM star of Allthemodium 7 with a click of a button. Here it is. Here is the star being created. Oh, all of the noises are beautiful. This is, it's wonderful. I feel like I should be a lot more emotional than I currently am. But honestly, this is, oh my god. I want to get, oh yeah. Oh my god. And there it is. That is the star. And that, my friends, is our very first ATM star. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Okay. We've done it. Now. Here, listen. Before we even touch the star, what do we need for another? How crazy of a concept is the second star? We've clicked, listen, it is trying to calculate how much a star costs from scratch. It is losing its mind right now. It is like, what have you just done? What have you just asked me? Yeah, it is like, what are you doing? Okay. You know what? I didn't want to know. What? But yeah, we'll see. Because if I can start ordering stars, listen, I believe there is a starry bee that you can get, but I believe you need a block. And here's the other thing. Once you make the starry bee with that block of ATM stars, guess what? Guess what the bee needs to start generating the stars? You guessed it. It needs a block. So we would need 18 stars. That's assuming, of course, that we don't spend a single star on making the process of making more stars easier, right? Awesome. Cool. Okay. Yeah, I tried to order this, obviously. It's not really happy. We can try it one more time. See if it was just that once, but no, it doesn't like what I'm asking for it. But we'll have a look. We'll try and figure out a way to check that out. But we do have a star. The quest reward gives us a Master of All and a pedestal that we will, of course, place next to this other really cool thing that I don't even know what it does. There it is. The Master of All, the Patrick star. And we have the ATM star. And we can have a look at the list here. So all of this is finished. What's next? There's a block. Oh, that's a 1x compressed block. That's pretty cool. Over here is obviously the star shard. Now, we're probably not going to make anything with it this episode, but I'll tell you what, we probably will in the next episode because there's a lot of stuff you can get from this. I am not making a jetpack. We're not doing that with our first star. That would be so pathetic. What we probably will do, though, is I imagine we're going to crush it into star shards. That is my best guess, is we're going to crush it. Now, it's probably going to use a lot of power to do so. That's fine. We'll crush it, and then we'll probably use it. Alternatively, this. Alternatively, we can make infinite power. Now, the benefit of infinite power, you guessed it, is it's infinite power. Which means things like the antimatter and stuff, we don't need power. It just makes it. We have infinite. We can do anything with power. That's good, but I'll tell you what, we kind of don't, I don't think we need that. I think we are making enough power because the only reason we'd need infinite power is if we were constantly generating antimatter, and I mean non-stop. But the problem is we don't even have that production at the moment. So I don't think that's what we'd go for. I think we'd get much more benefits from ATM star shards. More specifically, these upgrades right here. These creative flux efficiency upgrades for all the thermal series machines are phenomenal. They're genuinely phenomenal. And you might be thinking, how does this help us? How does this help us? Well, my friends, let me show you something real quick. Just real quick before we end this episode. Just something to think about. Do you know what these blocks are from? They're from Thermal Series. I'm pretty sure you can chuck one of the upgrades in here. And it generates stuff very, 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 very quickly. Very quickly. So that's a pretty good idea. Obviously, we could do infinite pipe upgrades. As you can see, the transfer rates of these are phenomenal. Honestly, for all I know, this could be better for our production system over there. You know what I mean? The netherite upgrades were laggy. Maybe these ones aren't somehow. I don't see that happening. We can make infinite bait. I don't see a point in doing that. Or we could make these catalysm things, which I don't think we want, but we could. And then these things are used to grade maple leaves. No, but they're used to grade things, like your materials that you use to make tools. So I guess in theory we could grade a really good pickaxe, and that might make things easier, or a sword for like destroying some of those mobs that are a little bit grindy. But yeah, we have a star. We have a star and it's beautiful. And next episode we're probably going to use it all up entirely, making those flux loop efficiency things, unless you guys convince me otherwise in the comments, which I'd be surprised, but you might be able to do it. So yeah, awesome. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. Hopefully you've enjoyed the series so far. I will say it's feeling like it's on its last legs. But with that being said, the only reason I'm saying that is because I no longer feel guilty ending the series. You know what I mean? So if we want to jump into Allthermods 8, we can. We simply can. I'm happy. I am going to sleep like a baby tonight. It is beautiful. I'm very happy. So it's a long time coming. Long time coming. In terms of the stars, listen. While we're here, we can let this outro take a little while. If you're done watching, you're done watching. I was just gonna go look up, when did we get the last ATM star? That was going to be my question. Let's go back here. Let's filter the title and search star. Click apply. Let's see. So episode 143 is the current one we are recording. In Allthemodium 6. Where did we get that? I just went to Allthemodium 6. Episode 196. I didn't even realize we did that many. We did over 200. Oh my god. We started Mine Colonies on episode 196. What do we have? Where is it? The Starry Bee, it looks like we did at like episode 176 or something, which is pretty crazy. ATM star crafting. Okay, we crafted the star, it looks like, on 159. Yeah, because we sort of did the same thing. We did the Patrick star, then we did the ATM star. So I'll tell you what, we did it faster. So I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye. And before we end it, big thank you to everyone involved in the series. Obviously, the main people being the people watching. Without the people watching, nothing else really happens. I mean, it still happens, but it doesn't happen to the scale and to the extent that it has happened. So thank you guys for that. The next thanks would obviously be my server managers and admins. They do so much behind the works, and half the videos, at this point at least, haven't even really been on the servers. But I really love what we do on the servers. I love the concept of the servers. They are currently a money pit, or at least they have been. But I think the servers are sort of like a side passion and hobby thing that I do. And I really like it. So I'm incredibly grateful that I'm not spending 20 hours a day messing around with them, trying to solve issues, trying to fix issues, trying to prevent issues, trying to make sure the servers even start, trying to keep them updated. We have people that do that. They're not even getting paid. So genuinely, thank you so much for all the work you've done on that side of things. Yeah, thank you. I'm hoping we can do more service. As you can see, we're doing like challenges and stuff soon. Already, we've currently got a challenge going on Allthemodium 8. I'm hoping we can do a lot more service stuff and just have that be a much more, not necessarily a core part of the channel, but a core part of the community, if anything, because it's really cool what we can do there. So yeah, thank you for doing that. The next thank you, lots of thank yous there. It's like an award ceremony. It's like my own little award ceremony. Thank you for the star. Thank you. I'd like to thank my community, my team members. The next thanks will obviously be for the developers. And listen, it's kind of pathetic because listen, there's so many mods in this mod pack. The mod pack has been put together by a team a team that has worked on it for years. The amount of people that are involved, it's sort of like the end credits of these are all the mods that have configs, right? It's sort of like the end credits, right? Everyone played a role. Without any one of these, something feels off. You know what I mean? Even mods I don't touch, but I see, like these mushrooms. You know what I mean? Without those there's just that missing piece of the puzzle, right? I'm scrolling way too fast for you to even read these people, but they're there, and genuinely, thank you guys so much. One thing I will say that I think is a missing part of the modded community at the moment. Listen, we've come a very long way with shaders and everything, and just like the feel of mod packs and the way that they play is a lot more almost like a story gets told when you play, which I guess happened before with like Crash Landing and Agrarian Skies, but it feels less of a story in terms of the scripted nature of questing, but more in terms of the journey you go through in the questing, like especially making like a start, like having to go through all these mods. It is a bit of a journey. It tells a story, and each of the mods involved tell that story together. But what I'm getting at is in this mod pack, when a mod, for example, for example, I was gonna say Mechanism, right? If Mechanism updates, you hear about it because it's a pretty big mod. You hear about the big update. When a mod updates, I have no idea. It's like, oh, cool, that mod updated. I don't know what they've added. They have change logs. Each mod has a change log, which when you manually update the mod, you look at. When you're playing with a mod pack, you just don't see that. You don't see that. And I think that's a big issue, not in terms of just, oh, that's a cool new feature, but in terms of like I guess the player to the mod developer connection. Because at the moment, when there's a mod pack update, I know what the update is. I know what's been added. I know what's been changed. It's awesome. You know what I mean? I can see exactly what's happened, and I'm like, oh, awesome change. I can't wait to hop in and mess around with this specific thing. When the pack updates a mod, it tells me the mod's been updated, but it's like, if they were to say every single changelog that happened in every single mod, I probably wouldn't look, but I don't know how you'd do it. I don't know. Maybe during the loading screen somehow. Maybe it's like a CurseForge thing that needs to happen. But I think we need to be able to see the changelogs for mods so that you know when an issue's been fixed. When you're like, oh, that bug I had with this mod, it's been fixed. Because if I run into a bug, I sort of just ignore it. That mod, throw it in the gutter. I don't care about it. Because as far as I'm concerned, the bug still exists unless I go out of my way to hunt down whether it's been fixed. But I don't know. It's a little bit of a pet peeve I have, is just the fact that so many mods, so many developers putting in a lot of effort, and you just don't know. You just sort of don't know. And yeah, I think that would help bridge that gap in terms of the acknowledgement that developers deserve. Because, I mean, this is insane. If you compare this to vanilla Minecraft, it's not even the same game. It's just not. It's just a completely different experience. But yeah, thank you everyone involved. Obviously, massive thank you specifically to the developers of the ATM team. Not just for making this pack, because obviously we grew up with we grew up with like Allthemodium 6 on our channel, as well as obviously before that MC Eternal. But what Allthemodium 6 and MC Eternal didn't have for me specifically was talking with the developers and having them honestly boost my channel an insane amount directly through their CurseForge page, and it was insane for the channel. We have had an insane boost from that, and it's awesome. It was incredibly awesome, and it made this year what it has been, and so it's really cool. It's really cool. I don't know. It's one of those things. It's almost like a paradox where there's so many people in the process of making these mod packs that deserve acknowledgement, that it feels like a waste of time to even attempt it. And so then no one gets acknowledged. You know what I mean? And so you sort of, I don't know, you're in this guilt paradox where you're like, if I start thanking people, there's no way I thank the person that fixed this small little bug that I didn't even notice, but I would have noticed if it wasn't fixed. And so I shouldn't thank anyone because they'll be able to, yeah, you know what I mean? But it's so cliche to say thank you to everyone involved, because then it's like, they don't care. They don't care that I was involved. So I don't know. I don't know how you approach that. It's obviously a challenge. my personal, this is clearly a cop out, but I think it's the reason why these mod packs still get developed, aside from the money, would be watching people play it and enjoy it. So listen, the least I can do is play it, give you genuine responses when things are good, when things are bad. That feedback that you get from the community, I think is the thanks. Hopefully, I think it's at the very least it's better than the thanks that we could give consciously. And I say we because I do think I speak for everyone that enjoys these videos when I do say that. Yeah. So yeah, in regards to everything, cool. We're doing pretty good. I'm surprised. I'm surprised we got here. I'm surprised we have 9,000 subscribers. We're also, you know how we hit 9,000 subscribers? We're already at 9,144. Where did the 144 come from? It was 9,000 last week. Where'd you guys come from? Thank you guys for stopping by. Hopefully you're enjoying it. Yeah. Listen, I'm stalling this because I'm like, who have I forgotten? Who is the like big group of people that I've forgotten to acknowledge thus far? I'm sure they're there, but yeah. Oh, you know what? Special thanks to Framed Blocks. Listen. This is a very specific and odd mod call out, especially for like what my channel is. But Framed Blocks is such an awesome mod. Like, it is genuinely one of my favorite mods. Just period. And I barely use it, but it is insane. The fact that you can use modded blocks with it, and like you can just make your base like just look better and add like extra I'm a horrible builder, but like the fact that the option's there and oh my god, it's an amazing mod. I don't know, every time I see it I'm like, that is awesome. And when people build with it on the servers, oh my god, it's insane. It is genuinely insane. But yeah. Okay, I should probably wrap this up. We've been talking for like half an hour at this point. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.